Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Taurus placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Taurus, let's get started. I'm using the Modern Nirvana Tarot, or Oracle, Modern Nirvana Oracle, and I'm seeing the Kintsugi card from this deck, but we'll see if it comes out. I'm also seeing the fish card in this deck as well. I didn't pull them out because I wanted them to come out organically if they were going to come out, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, so you have the reciprocity card. I'm getting something about healing this aspect. I feel like maybe you're healing an energy of reciprocity. When you switch from a paradigm of self-serving to that of helping others, success, value, and purpose will almost always follow in direct response to the goodwill you offer to the world. When you enter into this ideal, you inspire the energy of reciprocity, which is a cycle of positive action and an exchange of kindness begetting even more kindness. Even something that may seem mundane, like inputting numbers into a spreadsheet day in and day out, when offered with an intention to serve, shifts into something meaningful and fulfilling. Even something as simple as helping someone with their groceries, opening a door, or offering assistance in what may feel like a small way can have a big impact on someone's life. So I am getting this energy of like this something about this is healing, is how it's coming through. Reciprocity of like, what is it that you can give or be of service to others, even in small ways, in quotations, even in small ways. So even if like what it is that you're doing doesn't change, it's perhaps the intention of it is shifting or changing. Okay, hold on. We have to do animals next. The intention to be of service to others. The vulture. Interesting. Because this is a card about purification. There may be something about like cleaning up something. I was getting that very strongly for you, Taurus, like cleaning something up. Perhaps that was left behind from another, or like it doesn't have to be another, but like an environment or a situation or a dynamic. Maybe there's some energies that were not good for you in some way, perhaps regarding reciprocity of some sort. It kind of feels like you're cleaning something up in your environment, Taurus. You could be cleaning something up in your energy as well. Perhaps having to do with reciprocity, right? Like, because the reciprocity, this one talks about, well, I'm kind of getting this energy of like the Six of Pentacles, right? Like, what are you able to give? And what can you receive is how I see the Six of Pentacles. And wanting to clarify here that it's not about like, if I do this for you, then you have to do this for me, right? Because that would be sort of like an energy of the vulture that's kind of like, it's not a positive dynamic is how it's coming through, but more coming through as being like, what can I do for you? How can I help? Like, it's kind of coming through like that. And I feel like that energy will be returned to you as well, right? How can I help? Like, people offering assistance to you where you might need it, that kind of thing. But of course, I feel like the emphasis here is on like how you can help, Taurus. How you can offer assistance to the people around you, for example. Yeah, Cosmic Egg at the bottom. Gratitude at the bottom of this deck. I feel like there's some sort of like healing cycle about how you give to other people, Taurus. It's kind of coming through as like a King of Pentacles. I feel like or King of Wands is how it's feeling. Like your actions, perhaps, and Pentacles doesn't necessarily have to be material, but usually tends that way. But it's kind of coming through as being like an acts of service kind of energy. Like, what can you give? How can you help? The Golden Rose. That's so interesting, okay? Because that one talks about like a secret, like something that is kept secret because it is sacred. Okay, yeah, the secret, the altar, the gem. The rose has long been used as a symbolic image for the summation of alchemy, the outer petals representing the first 7 planets and operations, while the inner petals protect the revelations from unwelcome eyes. But what exactly resides at the center of the golden rose? Alchemy tells us it is a secret, and it is meant to be kept as such. The rose spirals both inward and outward simultaneously. It offers beauty to the onlooker, while concealing its inner chambers. This is the complex nature of the golden rose. It challenges the alchemist to reorient their thinking, to devote their work to honoring the secret, rather than attempting to become the master of it. Kneel at the altar of the unknown. Cherish the golden rose as it is a model of the self. More will be revealed. Something cherished that is worth protecting, worth devoting oneself to the search of. Interesting. What does that have to do with reciprocity? Because as I was reading this description, I was getting sort of this, I like the golden rule. The golden rule, like treating others as you would like to be treated. That could be part of it with the reciprocity. I feel like there's more there, but again, it feels like it's a secret, Taurus. Maybe there's something that you are protecting, the sanctity of it in some way. There could just be some sort of like thing or trying to protect something. Interesting. Protect some sort of secret from prying eyes. Perhaps it's wisdom. Fog. Because that's coming out beside the vulture. Maybe you're clearing some fog. Or like, maybe the fog is intentional. Because fog would also obscure vision in some way. Keeping something secret or safe or protected. I feel like maybe there's some sort of like method to, for lack of a better word, like method to your madness, Taurus, where maybe like other people are not seeing necessarily what it is that you're doing, or like there's perhaps some sort of method, so to speak, that you're keeping secret or protected. What's another word for method? Like some sort of process maybe that you're keeping sacred or secret. Perhaps there's something that you're trying to clean up is also how it's coming through. Like, why would that be a secret though? Maybe you're trying to clean up some sort of, well, it could be something like you're preparing for something, Taurus. It does feel kind of like you're preparing for something. Interesting. Earth's Heart. This is a very Taurian card to me. Maybe you're protecting your heart with all of these sort of layers. Conjunction at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're preparing for something, Taurus. Like, it kind of feels, and like part of the process of preparing is to clean something up. Whatever it is that you're cleaning, it feels very energetic, but of course it could be literal as well, like literally cleaning your house or whatever, your workspace, your office. Okay, so it says Guardian and Purifier. I'm reading the Vulture. Essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise. Yeah, when in balance, clarifies and reveals wisdom. When out of balance, dramatic, aggressive. To bring into balance, clean your space and sage. Okay, and it's interesting that the fog is here because I feel like there's something about like part of your like cleaning up process, whatever that is for you, is hidden or masked, or you're trying to keep it hidden. You're trying to protect that process is how it's coming through, Taurus. Like how you purify perhaps your energy or your space is somehow like you're protecting it, especially with the Earth's Heart, because that feels kind of like this card talks about going within, but I'm just really focused on sort of like the layers here. There's layers to something. And fog is one of the layers. I feel like maybe there's an energy here where like I'm kind of seeing this sort of like misdirection kind of energy with you, Taurus. Like a misdirection. Like it's like perhaps there are prying eyes like trying to see into your energy or like trying to figure out what you're doing, Taurus, but it feels like there's a misdirection energy here, where it's kind of like you're trying to avoid the prying eyes is how it's feeling. And I feel like there's something about like because you're trying to keep something secret or protected, not because you're trying to hide it or anything like that. It's just like something about like, well, if I read this description, we'll see why that might be. So it says depth, pulse, buried treasure. Amidst our phenomenal scientific pursuits, we have yet to journey to the core of the earth. We can only suppose what is there. Such is the mystery of the Earth's Heart card. It is related to the archetypal image of the cave. and the 4th chakra located at the heart. This card appears where there is something blossoming deep within that requires our attention, our tending to. Excuse me one sec. Sneeze. Excuse me. It could be a new love, a way of serving others, or an offering to the planet and its resources. In alchemical texts, Earth's heart roughly translates to Earth is the true heart. The journey of discovery will take you through many layers, slowly revealing her gifts. This is the proof of Earth's longing to provide, to teach. You've already felt the pulse of the Earth's heart. Now is the time to listen, to be a student of her wisdom. Yeah. Okay. Interesting, because it feels kind of like there's something here about like the Earth's heart and the golden rose. Something at the center that is protected. So it could have to do with your heart chakra in some way, like your heart, what you love. The core of who you are, perhaps. But again, there's this like misdirection kind of energy, or misunderstanding, maybe. Like it kind of feels like there's like a fog around you with the vulture, because that was coming through with sort of like a misunderstanding, or like people misunderstand this. Maybe there's a bit of a is that intentional? I keep trying to say something, but I keep getting like rerouted. Like it's kind of like that. It's like whenever someone tries to like see into your experience or something like that, it's like they get rerouted, right? It's the misdirection. There's something about that your energy feels very like protected at the moment, Taurus, or like it's, but I feel like it's because you're preparing for something. It's like you don't want to spoil the surprise, is how it's feeling. Maybe there's something that you're preparing for, that you're guarding like a secret, right? And it's like trying to avoid prying eyes. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's feeling kind of like because this card, which is interesting, also had that phrase of like how a new way of serving others. Like maybe there's something that you're like tending to at the moment. Something that you're tending to at the moment. I keep getting this energy of like cleaning something, like but it feels very like it's like almost done. It's almost done. It's not like a deep cleaning. It feels very surface level, like just doing like the finishing touches on something is actually how it's coming through. Like details. It feels very detail oriented, not like a deep cleaning, right? It feels more like dusting or something a bit more superficial. Like it's like, because let's say you're building something, Taurus. Let's say you're building something. I feel like the bulk of the work has been done. Like you've created something in sort of like you've done the majority of the work on something, and it's like you're putting the finishing touches on whatever this is. Excuse me. Putting the finishing touches on whatever this is. It's like, but it feels like cleaning. Maybe you're like preparing a space or something like that. It could be cleaning out your heart chakra in some way. Like that kind of like energetic cleaning. But I feel like there's this feeling of like if people are misunderstanding you at the moment, or if people are misreading you, that is in your favor, is actually how it's coming through. That's in your favor. Because it's kind of like, it's like giving you time to prepare for something. Someone may be trying to read your energy, Taurus, like me, but not getting it quite right. Like it's like there's a misdirection is actually how it's coming through. I feel like there's been like a very significant healing of your heart chakra is how it's feeling. And it's like cleaning up the finishing touches, whatever that means. It's like, I want to say like adding embellishments. Like if you're building something or creating something, like adding just like the finishing touches that would just make it perfect, right? Like it's that kind of energy, but in the reverse, like you're cleaning up, you're clearing something that's like small details is just how it's coming through. Okay. This card has been coming out so much. I also see this as a Taurus card too. Even though it's fire, wildfire, earth. And look at these two cards together. There's sort of like aura around. Interesting. Because it almost feels like your aura, right? Like if someone were to read your aura, it would almost be like foggy. And not in a bad way. It feels kind of like, because there's something about your energy that feels protected at the moment. Like I can see the silhouette, but I can't see what's inside, right? That's how it's coming through. Something about your heart energy is protected. This card talks about a gift, that you are the gift, Taurus, that your gift should be shared with others and appreciated with others. It's not something that should be kept hidden or underappreciated. Okay. Interesting. I just got stopped there. You don't want other people to speak for you, Taurus. That's how it's coming through. This is almost coming through as like a negative space energy. Like it really feels like clearing space for something. Like making space for something, clearing something out. In order for something else to fill it is how it's coming through. You're making space for something. Perhaps you're getting ready to like receive some sort of gift, like a new gift. I don't know in what way that is. Interesting. Okay, so you have 3 cards coming out next. Fire, wildfire, moon, fire, candle, star, and sky, rainbow, moon. I'm gonna read this one. This card, this fire, wildfire, moon talks about like temper. When you're angry, you're not thinking clearly. This card talks about, okay, interesting. Maybe there's some sort of like, this vulture does kind of come through a bit angry. Sometimes it kind of feels more like, it's like doing something that's unpleasant. Doing something that's unpleasant is just how it's feeling to me. Like maybe there's something about like you have to do something that's unpleasant. Perhaps it's like a bit, it causes anger or something like that. It feels like you're waiting for something. It's just how it's feeling, especially with this one. This card talks about don't be afraid of the unknown, that you're stepping into something that I feel like is unknown to you. I'm going to read this card to get more insight on what that would be. I'm getting, because this is the rainbow card. There's this one day where I woke up to take my dog on a walk, and there was this enormous double rainbow, like a huge perfect arc. A huge perfect arc, like just like going across the park. It was so beautiful. It's like one of the most beautiful rainbows that I've ever seen. A double rainbow. That's what this card is reminding me of. It's something like that. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna read this description. Do not give in to the frustration over the density of this realm or the limitations of the matrix. Indulging in disappointment is a trap that will only compound your misery while fueling the darkness. You must sense beyond the limits of this realm and beyond the rules, the boundaries, and the boxes of the matrix. Instead of surrendering your mood and your peace of mind to some dense 3D reality structure that wants you to think that work and struggle and reality TV are all there is to life, you must open your mind to a more expansive spectrum of consciousness. Turn your attention towards the spirits, towards the multidimensional realms that hold the information and the knowledge that will lift your own spirit and allow you to embrace the magnificence of the insights awaiting you there. Okay, because that energy of the rainbow coming in, it's kind of like something like, because I see that, I saw that sign for me personally as like a promise from the universe, from spirit, whatever word you want to put there. It was a promise of something that was yet to come. And I feel like there's something of that energy here too for you, Taurus. Like, it's coming through as like a promise that like there is more to come, but the 3D reality is dense and it's frustrating and it's slow to move. And so just remembering that the 3D is not always an accurate representation of this promise that you're connected to here with the golden rose. It's coming through as being like there's more to know. There's more to come, especially with the fog, because I feel like there is this either like fog about either surrounding you or an environment, or that you're not quite, maybe you're not quite seeing something clearly, but it feels more like people are not seeing something clearly about you is actually how it's coming through. Because it's kind of feeling like it's like you're in the process of I don't know how to describe this. Like you're in the process of receiving something energetically is actually how it's feeling to me. Like you're receiving something, you're connected to something. But if people were to ask you about like what it is that you're doing or what you're involved with at the moment, Taurus, like you wouldn't be able to give an answer because it's like, it's not here yet. It's not here yet. It hasn't manifested yet. So it's like you can't quite say anything about it is actually how it's feeling. Like, again, it's kind of feeling like this energy of it's protected, it's guarded. You wouldn't want to share this with anyone yet anyways, Taurus. That's how it feels. You don't want to share this with anyone yet. Maybe it's not ready, or it's kind of like I don't know. I don't even know how you would describe it to other people. That's how it's coming through. Interesting. What is this reciprocity card? It could have something to do with like your gifts, or like something about like it could be like a psychic gift or something like that. It could be something that you have a dream of creating that would be sort of like your service to the world or to a community, you know, that kind of energy. And maybe you don't quite know what it is yet, or there's like, well, maybe you do. Maybe it is something that you're guarding or protecting as like a dream of yours. But I feel like if someone were to ask you to describe it, assuming you would be comfortable doing that, it's like you wouldn't have quite the right words to put it into like an image, right? It would just be like this, like an outline of something. The details are not filled in, which is interesting. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have the details. It feels more just like a feeling. Something that you just feel. Interesting. These two cards are very tough cards in this deck, Taurus. This reciprocity energy is coming out with this, though. There's a burned bridge somewhere in the past. There's a burned bridge about that has to do with reciprocity that I feel like you're healing at the moment, is how it's coming through. There was separation. We're not seeing eye to eye is how it's coming through. I feel so it could be something of a partnership from the past, or collaboration, or a relationship dynamic, or whatever it is, where it was like I feel like you're cleaning it out is how it's feeling, like cleaning out the remnants, or like if it was a relationship, it could be like getting rid of things that belong to your ex, or that kind of energy. It does feel very much like cleaning out, purifying, that kind of thing. Interesting that it's coming out with reciprocity, though, where it wasn't reciprocal, right? Where you were perhaps taking on more burdens, or you weren't receiving as much as you give. And again, I'm being a bit cautious there because of that energy with the reciprocity. Like, it's not really about like, I give to you, so you have to give to me, but that is part of it. I feel like there's something here about like maybe there was like a mismatch in expectations is just how it's coming through. I feel like this is a past energy for you. There was a mismatch in expectations. Perhaps in regards to like what was given and what was received. Something that just wasn't working for you like it wasn't balanced for you in whatever way that is. It just wasn't working. That's just how it's coming through. Because this is a card about like the bridge has been burned. Okay. That feels like, again, it doesn't feel like this is, it could have been a very long time ago. It could have been, because I feel like you've done the bulk of the work. Again, Taurus, I'm going to say that again, like you've done the majority of the work. This is just the last like little bit is how it's feeling, to clear something out, perhaps from the past. It doesn't feel like a big undertaking to clear whatever this is, because it's kind of like fog, right? It's like a surface level thing that you just need to clear out in some way. Perhaps it has to do with anger, because you have a lot of fire cards out. Another fire card. Did this come out in yesterday's reading as well? Because this card talks about like coming together with others in order to celebrate fire, which is interesting because you have a lot, like all your cards are fire except for the sky, rainbow, right? That because it feels There was that King of Wands energy, like something about your actions maybe, or sharing, reciprocity, like it is coming through very strongly as like an act of service. How you can be of service to others. Because I keep, like, a lot of these have these sort of golden rings, right? Like, these two are separate, the rings. Here you have this golden ring at the center. And then this is, okay. The golden ring, but it's filled in. Okay, so it's coming through like this. The golden ring, the golden rose maybe, is this, like, dream, is how it's coming through. Like, a dream that you have. A wish, a vision, a manifestation that has yet to be created. You're connected to it. You're protecting it in some way. You're nurturing it. You're tending to it. In the past, there may have been a situation where it's like if this was like a partnership or a collaboration or something like that, where it's like in the past, perhaps you tried to bring this manifestation into being. You tried to create with another person, let's say. You tried to collaborate, but it ended up being sort of like, it didn't work out. There was a burned bridge. I want to say that the dream did not die, Taurus. The dream did not die, but at least it did with whoever this energy is representing to you. Like somebody from the past, perhaps, where maybe you try to share your heart or your dream with, but it just didn't work out for whatever reason. And it's like you have to clean that energy now. It's like the dream has to be purified in some way from whatever this influence was. The dream has to be purified. I feel like you're in that process at the moment. You're purifying some sort of dream. And it feels like, again, not a deep dive. It's not like a huge, like, big undertaking, not a huge deep cleaning. It feels very like dusting. Like dusting or mopping, or like it's surface level. It's not a big deal. It's just how it's coming through, Taurus. Whatever this sort of cleaning energy is for you, and then the next step, I guess, would be filling in the dream, right? Like coloring it in. Adding people, perhaps. Like it's feeling like taking this like dream or idea and then adding like something physical is how it's feeling, but it's coming through as like people. Like relationships or partnerships. Or, I don't know, maybe you're going to be hiring people. Like, it's kind of coming through like that. Or networking, maybe. Like, reaching out to people who would be able to contribute to this dream, who also want to create with you. Because you do have the conjunction card at the bottom of the deck, right? Like, coming together with others is really, is feeling like the next step for you. But right now, your energy feels like it's like, it's feeling very private at the moment. Okay, interesting. Land, Mountain, Star. This card talks about that you have accumulated a toolkit from all of your past successes and all of the things that you've overcome, all the challenges that you've overcome and gone through. All of those experiences are collected in this like toolkit that's going to help you in the future. So that's at the center of your reading. I feel like that has to do with the golden rose, like or your heart, or your endurance maybe. This card comes through with the very Mars energy. Mars is in Leo right now. I feel like there's something Because it kind of feels like there's something very like delicate about this dream, right? It's kind of feeling like a flame that has yet to sort of catch hold yet. It's still sort of like in the beginning stages, whatever this is. So it's like you're keeping your hands around it to protect it, Taurus. That's how this is coming through. Like you're trying to protect something that hasn't quite like caught fire in a way that's like really strong. I feel like it's kind of coming through like that. It's like trying to protect it from something. Whatever this new energy is for you. I feel like that's the right course of action, to keep it protected for the moment. I just have one more card. Until something clears out. Okay, yeah. There's that delicate energy, the flower. Land, flower, earth. I'm going to read that card. Because it may not be time. And there's this, right? It's kind of like there's like two flower energies sort of coming together. But I feel like there's still something in the environment that's not quite favorable yet with the vulture. Like the environment needs to be clean. In order for whatever it is that this new thing is to come through. But it's like, I don't know. Maybe it is a bit more intensive than just dusting, right? It's kind of feeling like that. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to read that flower card. The heart already knows what the eyes squint to perceive and what the mind struggles to figure out. The essence is the true nature of one's being. There is no logical equation we can plug into the intellect to home in on essence. Essence is felt. Essence is intuited. The knowingness that allows us to connect with another's essence cannot be quantified by science. To really understand this world, and I mean really understand it, you must connect unconditionally with the essence that underlies every single being and every single life form on this planet. Only then will you be able to discern a weed from a flower and to know which energies, beings, and experiences will serve you and which ones will not. Sense deeper, sense multidimensionally, so as to allow the essence of what you are observing to show itself to you. Okay, Taurus, you're observing or feeling or intuiting some sort of essence energetically is how it's coming through. It may not be visible to you because there is this fog or something in the environment that's like preventing you from seeing necessarily the physical nature of it or something like that. There's still some sort of fog, whatever that is for you, but you're connected to the essence of it. You're connecting to the heart of whatever this energy is for you. You're connecting to its heart, like the core of it. You understand the core of something. Whatever this dream is, whatever this like spark or flame or inspiration is, it's like you're connecting to the true heart of it. Be patient as the fog clears, because there's still energies around you, I think, that are needing to be purified in some way in order for this like new thing to become materialized in the physical. It's going to take a bit of cleaning in whatever way, purifying, in order for this to become like solid. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.